Here I am owning my first item of Kevyn Aucoin cosmetics. Even though he passed a long time ago, I've been a huge fan of his forever, and I'm excited to review my first ever Kevyn Aucoin product. This is Showing Face, the beauty channel for the flawed, which I don't know if that inspiration for the name may have been inspired somewhat in my mind from Face Forward, Kevyn Aucoin's book. Also, there's Making Faces, which is my favorite. I was never able to afford it when it first came out. It was, oh gosh, I don't know, $40 I think at a time, and I certainly couldn't have afforded that then. And then this Face Forward I ended up finding in a library bin. All hardbacks were $1, so I was very excited. This is something I still adore to this day, and it sits very proudly on our shelf in the living room. So I am going to review my first ever owned Kevyn Aucoin product. It is a eyeshadow palette, and it is called ElectroPop Pro Eyeshadow Palette by Kevyn Aucoin. It's not Aucoin, it's Aucoin. And so I did a little bit of research. I knew that he died in 2002. The whole kind of high fashion industry mourned his loss in 2002, and it was from an acetaminophen overdose. And I didn't really realize that was possible. I guess that he had a really rare tumor, and it was incredibly painful for him. So he was taking a lot of painkillers to try to make life bearable. And so his official cause of death, is an acetaminophen overdose. Not a drug overdose. I guess it is technically a drug overdose, but I think that there's a very big difference if one were to say it was for pleasure, because it was certainly for the pain. He was 40 years old. A psychic once told him that his life's purpose was to make others feel beautiful. And something that I vividly remember from the beauty industry and the high fashion industry, not that I was really intimately involved with high fashion, but the culture was very prevalent, which was that he said that he works in an industry with some of the meanest people who have ever walked the earth, who live and die for the surface. And that was certainly kind of the mantra and the vibe and the culture of that world so long ago, 15 years ago now, over 15 years. So I feel like there's been a change, which is why I've kind of been creeping out of the shadows a little bit, because now I feel that the beauty industry is much more accepting and not as judgmental, and to make others feel like shit in comparison to other people. So let's go ahead and swatch these. I'm going to do the first 4 up here, which I believe it's going to be Charge, Ultraviolet, Beam, and Light. So here we go. Here we go. Never done this on camera. Okay, well, they're pretty. Kind of chunky. Very soft. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next 4. Fuse, Heat, Laser, Switch. This robe, I've been wiping makeup off of it since 2002. Actually, I think longer than that. Okay, here we go. That's pretty. Again, chunky. Ugh. I think I am digging in too much. I don't think it's necessary to dig in that much. I think that that's why it's looking chunky. I don't think it's a chunky formula, but okay. Blackout. I think I'm doing these opposite. Blackout, Hardwire, Impulse, and Amp. So I think pretty much everything I've said has been reversed. So this is supposed to be Blackout, hardwire, impulse, and amp. So pretty much everything I've said, reverse it. Okay. Let's see. Because it would make sense that the black is blackout. So I'm gonna go under here. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that blue. Okay, so since they're all shimmers, I'm going to try to do my best using all shimmers on the eye, and we will see. All right, let's get going. My son for lunch, he's in kindergarten. My husband and I are going out of town for our anniversary, so we're meeting him for lunch today. So I don't want to wear all of the shades, especially those that are gonna make me look hella wacky at a kindergarten cafeteria table. I'm like, that mom got all dressed up and she looks like a freaking disco queen. So I think I'm gonna keep it simple, and this is gonna be my main inspiration here, which is not switch like I thought it would be. It is fuse. Let's give fuse a try. It's pretty. Even with a brush, I don't feel the need for my finger. With a cream shadow. I didn't go through with a cream shadow before, which I kind of like to do with metallics. And this is foiled. I didn't do what I normally would do because I want to get a true test. Okay, now I am going to go through with this burgundy color, which is heat. Let's heat this shit up a little bit. Ooh. Ooh, that looks really nice with that purple. Ooh. This is Laura Mercier's ponytail brush. It's her blending brush. I feel like they must have been friends, right? They were probably besties, Laura and Kevyn. I swear, I mean, after I go through something on the inner corner of my eyes, I'm pretty much gonna be done. This is fast. These are nice. So nice. Okay, so I'm going to go through with the rest of my face. Some foundation. It's just going to be IT Cosmetics CC Cream, Laura Mercier SC3 Secret Camouflage 3 for my blemishes, and some ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we got the base on and a little bit of bronzer, and then let's go in with the rest of this. I was thinking that because it's so pinky purpley that maybe I will try to go in with the golden shade. Beam. Let's give it a go. I'm going to use my wet dry Laura Mercier brush. Do we like this? Do we like this? I don't know. I don't know why gold on me. Let's try it. Let's try it with the finger. Ooh. 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 Okay. Gotta finger it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'm feeling it, you guys. So If you want heavy metallic, I mean, when I put the shades all over my lid, it came on beautifully, but just for funsies, I'm gonna take that same purple color that I have all over my lid, and I'm gonna, ooh, oh yeah, oh my goodness gracious, wow, go back with a little bit more of that gold. This really is ElectroPop. Go back through with that burgundy color, Fire, and I'm gonna put it underneath my lid. Or not, bottom lid, I guess. Bottom, I don't know. Under here. Bring it up into my outer corner a little bit. I'm gonna go through with my concealer and go under the brow. Just to keep everything simple, I'm just gonna line my waterline and my tight line with a black liner. This is just Wet n Wild Mega Last. Lost the lid a long time ago, so here we go. Definitely no lashes at the kindergarten table in the cafeteria, so I'm gonna go through with my Tarte Lash Paint. Mascara, bing, done. And now I'm gonna go through with my brows, which I have been really feeling something hella cheap that I don't think that they make anymore. I'm going to be going through with Ulta's Brow Pomade. I always feel like when I do just one brow, one side of my face looks very interested. You don't say. I think just for funsies on my brow bone, I'm gonna go through with the whitest shade, Light. They do not like this brush, this wet dry brush. Maybe I can make it wet? Wetting the brush, it makes it have this like smooth. Are you guys able to see that? It's just like this smooth, untextured. Wow, that would be pretty to try to do a wet look with these. Because with the finger, you can pick up a lot of product. As you can see, it's a little textured, but I mean, beautiful. But you can imagine wetting these down. This look has, still for me, it's a lot of color. I know it's not a lot for other people, but again, we're going to the cafeteria, kindergarten cafeteria. I'm just gonna go through with Party by Tarte, because it was my birthday gift last year and I love this color. And I'm definitely gonna buy it again. I'm waiting for the Christmas palettes. I'm hoping that they're gonna have a cheek palette. Alright, and I think we're done. I'm gonna be right back with my lips. Psych, fooled you. It is actually several hours later. I realized that when I was trying to put my lip color on, which I ended up deciding on NYX Minimalism, a nice creamy everyday comfortable lip color. I had to leave exactly at that moment in order to meet my son for lunch. So this is about 9 hours later. So I thought that we would be able to give a good wear test to it. So I think that it wore nicely. There is a little bit of fading. It's not quite as vibrant as it was. And speaking of vibrant, I look forward to trying a lot of the more vibrant colors here now that we are approaching springtime. But I'm very happy with it. I remember being a little uneasy with the price because I returned a Fenty lip gloss and I saw this on an end cap, and so I just grabbed it. Yes, impulse purchase, so excited to have Kevyn Aucoin, and it was still kind of pricey. But of course I was initially looking at a Natasha Denona, the $250 palette, so I think anything would have been cheaper to that, but it was still pricey. I don't want to guess. BRB, I'm going to get the receipt. I'm going to give you the facts. This is the hard-hitting journalism that you're here for. BRB. It's $57, and with my Fenty lip gloss purchase, return, it still turned out to be $42. So I think that when I did the exchange and there was still $42 left over for me to pay, I think that I was a little surprised by that. But regardless, I'm thrilled to have it. I certainly don't regret it. I'm thrilled, and I know that I seem kind of cheesy and animated in this whole video, but that's just because I'm really excited to have this in my collection. So $57, happy to have it. And those of you who were looking for an Easter egg of a big old fat ass flaw that was painting itself across your screen earlier, yes, I did have a track from an extension because my hairdresser and I decided to play around yesterday and put in some extensions, which I've never had before. I had some layers that were shorter, and I just kind of wanted it longer in front. So she was nice enough to kind of use some that she's never used before, and we played around. We had a great time. I always bring her mimosas. We have a really fun time. But then it was coming out, and actually today when I ended up brushing my hair for the first time, they all came out. So I kind of tried to smash them back in there and sandwich them, and I went through with my flat iron to kind of help melt it together. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm really hoping that it's going to work out because I have a flight tomorrow. We're going to be going on vacation for our 10-year anniversary, and I would like to, I don't know, not feel like a married old hag mom that has been married for 10 years. Kind of want to feel pretty. So, okay, so this is the beauty channel for the flawed. Let's just realize that we have tracks in our hair. Not anywhere else, thank goodness. But we have tracks in our hair. We have blemishes. We are those girls that will walk out of the restroom with toilet paper stuck on your shoe, because that has legit happened. There are photos of me actually having that. So let's not live in the world that Kevyn Aucoin lived in so long ago, where it was judgmental and it was harsh and it was brutal, because all of those judgmental people then, they had flaws, but they did not want to admit it. So yes, I had extensions halfway falling out of my hair. I was on screen on YouTube with no makeup, which is so out of character for me, but I'm hoping that this will inspire us all just to be nicer. I don't know, not that I have that power, whatever. Beauty channel for the flawed, be flawed but be proud, and I look forward to playing with some more makeup with you guys later on. Okay, bye.